Shopping sounds like it's your number one. How much money did you spend?
Uh, Total in shopping, based on my credit card balance, and roughly in shopping.
I knew he was gonna be doing some shopping, but I did not expect you to do that much.
I did have a max budget I was willing to do on everything, and I've hit that. I'm a little above it.
All
But
right, who are you and how old are you, man?
my name's Myles. I'm 30 years old.
30 years old. And where are we, Myles?
We are in Tokyo, Japan.
Tokyo, Japan. Tell me why you're in Tokyo, Japan. What brought you here? How long you've been here? Why are we here in Tokyo?
I've always wanted to visit Tokyo. I'm really big into anime and into the culture, so I always wanted to visit. So I started slowly over the past 6 months planning a 2-week trip, doing a little bit in Tokyo, a little bit in Osaka, and a little bit in Kyoto, the bigger cities here. So I just want to travel, experience the culture, talk to the people, and just learn a lot more about Japan and the travel.
It seems like Japan's definitely a popular destination right now. You can see it all over social media. I think the tourism boom is really big here. So Japan is an epic place, and it sounds like you're here for 2 weeks. How did you get 2 weeks off to be here? Do you have like accrued time, or 2 weeks? A lot of times people don't take that much of a long vacation. Like, how'd you do that?
My company offers PTO, so I booked up the PTO. I've used it earlier in the year, but I've been in my company so long, they give you more days of PTO after you've been there for 5 years. And so this is my 5th year, so I get additional PTO time this year. So I just decided to use it sooner rather than later.
Does any of your PTO, does it like expire or go away, or can you build it up? Is it a certain amount, or how much can you have?
I can take 5 days, so 40 hours to the next year.
Okay.
So anything more than that, I lose. So I usually use up to the five days, and then I just carry the 5 days over to the next year.
Do many of your coworkers, have you heard of any of them taking a 2-week trip, or how's the vacation life with your coworkers? Would you say that they travel much?
A few people have taken 2-week trips. I know someone went to Easter Island or that type of area, and then another coworker is later this year is going to Italy for about 2 weeks. So it's not unheard of to take that amount of time off. It's definitely rarer. Most of the time it's like a week or something like that. But it's not completely unheard of for someone in my industry to take that time.
2 weeks. So preparing for this, did it take you a while to save up for this trip, or did you have like a pool of money that you just had lying around and like, okay, I can take this trip? What was getting the money together for this trip like?
So I do have savings. So that was a decent amount of it. And over the past few months, knowing that I was going on this trip, my expenses, I minimized my expenses at home. So I was mostly eating at home. I wasn't doing anything super extravagant, going on like crazy spending splurges, knowing that I wanted to do this. And I also had plans for spending while I was here in terms of shopping and travel and things like that. So being aware of that, I kind of just adjusted my budget probably for the past 4 months to plan for this trip.
Definitely, man. It's a blessing to be able to do such a thing and have the money available. So let's see where that money went. So I guess, was the plane ticket the most expensive part to get here, or is there a different category that's a little bit higher?
I'd say the most expensive thing was shopping. I knew while I was here, I actually did a series where I bought all my clothes in Japan. So I came to Japan with only the clothes on my back.
Oh.
And I did a lot of my shopping while I was here. So I'd say shopping was probably the most expensive. Thing, even more expensive than the flight. And then second was the stay, so the hotels.
Okay, so we'll talk about the shopping part first, since that's the most expensive. And you say you're doing a series on it, so do you have like a channel, or you make content?
Yeah. So I'll give you my channel. In Japan with only the clothes on my back. That's the series that I made.
I feel like that can blow up, man. So we'll have to link it in the description below. His channel will be down here. We'll pop it up right here. But let's get into the numbers. Let's see what he's spending for this 2-week trip. So shopping sounds like it's your number one. How much money did you spend?
Total in shopping, based on my credit card balance, and roughly $1,500 to $1,700 in shopping.
I knew he was going to be doing some shopping, but I did not expect you to do that much. So how much did that get you? How many pieces would you say?
So a lot of it was clothes, but I also bought a lot of things for the people in my life.
Okay.
So a lot of souvenirs. I'd say I got a few pairs of Japan. They're known for the Japanese denim. I got a lot of Japanese denim. 2 jeans and then a jean jacket. I got a tracksuit as well. I also bought some Onitsuka Tigers.
Shoes?
Yeah, I got the boots. So the boots are a little bit more expensive. But also anime is very big. So I bought units 1 through 20 of One Piece, the manga. So I bought the first 20 editions of the manga. I also bought a few first edition mangas for a few of my friends. So I got the Dragon Ball manga, Naruto, Attack on Titan.
Oh, I like Attack on Titan. Yeah.
I got those. A lot of items from the shrines. So shrines are very big, and you can get charms that have good luck. So almost everywhere that I went, I got something from the gift shop, whether it was a souvenir or something for either myself or someone, just to remember the trip. And the thing that's a blessing and a curse is the dollar is very strong in Japan.
Okay, yeah.
The dollar is very strong in Japan, so it. From my mind, it was always, well, it's cheaper here. Yeah, it's cheaper here than it would be in America. So then it was like, when in Rome, I'll spend it.
Let me do it. And
yeah.
Now hearing it, since you're getting stuff, you're getting clothes, you're getting manga stuff, you're getting stuff for other people, putting it all into context, it kind of makes sense. For a second, I thought this was going to be all clothes and whatnot, but it looks like you've kind of diversified kind of the things that you got. And was there anything that you're looking at now, you're like, I wish I didn't buy, or are you happy with everything that you bought?
I am happy with everything that I got. The thing that I maybe spent the most on was the Japanese denim is so expensive, and so I don't know if I needed 2 pairs of jeans with the jacket, but at the same time I didn't have anything to wear, so I wanted to, for pictures and for video sake.
For the hype?
Yeah, well, also for my video, to have different types of outfits to be able to show off.
Okay. So like this expensive Japanese denim, 10 years down the road, you'd probably still be happy that you bought it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it'll last me for a long time. I'm 30, so I'm not growing anymore.
True.
It'll be something that I'll have for a while.
So I guess we're saying it's $1,500/$1,700 for shopping.
There, yeah.
And that's mementos, that's clothes, that's candy and stuff.
Yeah, I did. I got Japanese candy too. So yeah, that's all encompassing. It's not just clothes. It's a lot of other things for friends, family, co-workers. So it wasn't completely selfish. All my spending.
Okay, so that money right there, like, it'll take you a couple weeks to replace that as far as income, or how much time is that worth at the job? Couple days.
Yeah, that's probably maybe 10 days, maybe 12 days of work.
12 days of work, but a lifetime of memories, we'd say.
And I'd say I saved up prior to be able to do this. Yeah. So it was a calculated expense.
Calculated. So I guess it's always a blessing to be able to have money in the bank to kind of be able to just splurge on these once in a lifetime trips. And I know not everyone's in the position to be able to ball out like that, and some people can do more. But I'm glad you're able to do such a thing during this trip. So I guess the next biggest portion was it traveling out here?
The next biggest portion was the hotels.
The hotel stays. Okay.
Yeah.
So how many different hotels did you stay at, and how much was the full cost of the stays?
So I did 3 stays. I stayed at 2 hotels, one in Tokyo, one in Osaka, about 6 days each.
Okay.
Okay. And so that came out to $1,000 between those. And
Okay.
I also did 2 stays at an internet cafe.
Oh, you had 2.
Yeah, yeah. So I went. One was for a portion of the day, to play video games, and then the one was an overnight stay in an internet cafe, and they have some accommodations. So they have coffee, free coffee, free ice cream, and then food you can get in there. I'd say total it was $1,050.
$1,050 for the
for both hotels and the internet cafes.
So that's basically what I know. 2 was internet cafe, so that's 12 nights at a hotel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 12 nights hotel. What was your process of finding these places, or
Mm-hmm.
did you use any travel portals to get deals, or how did you book those?
I used Booking.com to look at different deals, and I knew I wasn't gonna be in the hotel every day, so I was willing to sacrifice space. So I got very cozy, to say the least, hotels, because most of the day that's just where I was laying my head. So it was about $500 per hotel.
Okay,
adding up to $1,000, and then $50 total for the internet cafes, which is relatively inexpensive.
So, as far as quality, 5-star, 1-star, like, what would you say it is? Was everything clean? Or did you find any dirty spots? Was there like no service, no towels, or how would you rate the hotels you stayed at? Maybe start with the first one, say the name, and what would you think about it? What was the first spot?
Yeah, so I stayed at the Akasaka Urban Hotel Annex. This is rated a 2-star hotel, so it wasn't anything crazy with amenities. It had a shower, hot water, TV, very small room. Really, most of what I did there. What was your question?
How would you rate your experience? Like, was it clean? Was it comfortable? Was it safe? Would you recommend people to stay there? Is there like a miss?
Very, very safe. You have to scan your card to go up to the floors. So there was no safe in the room. Most hotels do have some type of safe that you can put your valuable items in. There was no safe in the room, but I did feel safe on the premises and in the area the hotel was in. It was in a very business district, so everyone that I saw around there were in suits. It didn't feel like I was at danger at any time in the area. But it was very bare bones, the experience, which I was expecting.
Yeah.
And it's just me by myself, so I didn't need a lot of space.
And that was you said $500 for the 6 nights, you'd say?
Yes.
Do you know like a rough average daily rate that you saw on the screen or whatever, or you just know the total?
I just know the total off the top of my head. No, I don't know.
But I guess if we divide that 500 by 6 nights, that's less than, what, $100 per night?
Yeah.
That's a really good deal. I feel like in the States, in a big city at that, in New York, I feel like you couldn't find anything less than $100 per night in the downtown area. So that's really good. And the second hotel, what's the name and what do you think of that spot?
So this one was a step up. It was called the Henna Hotel in Namba, Osaka. That one's rated. It was rated a little bit higher. That was a 3-star hotel. It had a lot more amenities, so it had laundry service, so I did end up using the laundry service.
For added price, or you had to?
It was coin laundry.
Okay.
It was coin laundry, so I did have to pay with the coin. The coolest thing is there was a robot in the room that acted as a concierge. You could ask it questions, it danced, it did tango.
Oh, like it could move around and stuff?
No, it was in one area, so
okay.
it just did the little hand motions and whatnot.
Sheesh.
But there was it had a robot in the room. It was a little bit bigger, but a lot of the same things. And there was also breakfast included.
Oh, that's a big perk. I love free breakfast.
Yeah, so it was free breakfast at that hotel. So that one, and it was in a great area. So the area that hotel was in was a lot of young people, a lot of vintage clothing stores. There was a Bape store, which is a popular Japanese brand.
I got
so there was a lot of
apes.
there was a lot of clothing shopping that you could find in the area, and I was right next to what ended up being one of my favorite restaurants. It was called the Red Rock in Osaka. You go up and you order at a kiosk. I went there probably like 3 or 4 times.
Okay, Red Rock.
Yeah.
Red Rock. I guess that's the place to go in Osaka.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was another like $500 for 6 nights.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's a nicer accommodation for. Would you say you got nicer accommodations around the same price because it was Osaka, a secondary city, rather than Tokyo, or
Exactly.
you just found a better deal?
I think I searched better for that one, but I would agree with what you said as well, that it's a secondary city, so you kind of everything's elevated a little bit, and the price is around the same.
Around the same thing. So I guess now for our third biggest chunk of the money are we finally at traveling here?
Yeah, the flight.
So how much was your flight to get here? Or I guess the round trip ticket?
Round trip ticket was about $700.
$700 to Japan. And we're going to preface it and say I have flight benefits for my main job, and we have some buddy passes. So usually I don't really let people use my buddy passes because they're not really good in the States, but going overseas is pretty good. So he was able to get here, and the only reason why he's here right now is because he wasn't able to get back yesterday.
Yep.
But did you look at flights beforehand to know what it would have cost without using a buddy pass?
Yeah, so I looked about 3 months ago, maybe 4 months ago, when I first was looking into the trip. Yeah, so it was about $800 for a similar company flight.
Similar company. So that's not really a big of a delta in between, but luckily with the buddy pass, seats available, some of the business class, so more leg room is a possibility. But with the buddy pass, you're a little bit lower on the list. It looks like you were able to get like a extra leg room seat, which is a great benefit.
On the way here, yeah, it was amazing for the 13-hour flight, yeah.
And I guess for the 800 that you saw before, it was main cabin or regular seating. So it is if he was paying out of pocket, it would have been around $800. But he used my buddy pass, and so your flight out here to Tokyo will look a little bit different, and depends on the seasonality. Right now we are in January, but I guess since you paid maybe a few dollars less on the flights, do you feel like you overcompensated and spent more while you were here?
100%. I'd say a mix of getting the cheap flight out here with how strong the dollar is. Anytime that I saw something that I kind of liked, I was more willing to spend it because it was so cheap to get out here, and the dollar's so strong. So if I wanted something similar in America, or if I wanted to get something shipped, it's gonna be more expensive if I'm in America versus being here in Japan. So
did you set a budget on how much you wanted to spend, like a max amount?
Total, or just for like shopping?
Just for total.
I did have a max budget of about of 3,000 I was willing to do on everything, and I've hit that. I'm a little above it, but
okay. So we'll go over the rest of the categories, then we'll see what your final number is.
Okay.
So what do we have? 2 more categories? Spending.
We've got food and transportation.
All right. Which one's more?
They're about the same. I'd say transportation. Actually, no, food's more expensive.
Okay. We're eating 3 meals a day, 4 meals a day, anything you want and whenever?
No. So I actually wasn't that hungry here, surprisingly.
Oh, wow.
So I had to tell myself, hey, it's probably about time to eat. I don't know why I wasn't hungry. Maybe it was because I was doing so much and going from here to there that I never felt hungry, but usually after about a few hours, I told myself, hey, it's time to eat. Restaurants open very late here, so they open at about 10:30 or 11. Some even wait until 11:30.
No breakfast?
No, most of my breakfast were the konbinis, the convenience stores that are around. So Family Mart, Lawson, 7-Eleven. I'd go in there and I'd get something for breakfast, usually a sandwich, maybe some fruit or a smoothie, just something balanced to get me started on my day. I usually don't eat breakfast at home.
Oh, okay.
So I would eat light regardless of anything. And so either on my way to where I was going or once I found somewhere that I could sit and stop, that's where I would eat my food.
True. So how much did you spend in food here?
Yeah, total of about $500.
$500.
Yeah.
So back at home, how much are you spending on food?
Well, way more.
For a month, would you say?
Quick math, if we're doing
Groceries going out.
in a month,
Yeah.
I'm probably spending anywhere from 800.
Oh,
Nah, is that less?
that's a lot.
800. No, okay, less. Let me do the math. Yeah, maybe about 400 in a month. On
Okay,
food.
400. Okay, you said 800.
Yeah,
at first.
I did. I started doing the math. I was guesstimating.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So a month back home in the States is spending 400, but for this 2-week trip, he spent 500.
Yeah.
Would you say you got exponential value over that month of food, or was the food great here? Did you enjoy it? Were there misses?
Food was amazing. The food was amazing. Most of what I did, I ate very cheap here.
Okay.
I would say I went to a lot of mom and pop restaurants. I went to a lot of local diner spots, with the exception of a few great meals that I had. But my goal was to spend not that much. What I did to calculate this, it was about $1,500, 3 meals a day. For the total time I was here, it came out to about $400, $500.
Okay.
But my most expensive meal here was 2,900 yen, which I calculated is about $18. Which
That was the most expensive meal?
Mhm.
What was it?
That was, I believe it was ramen, and I ended up getting a few drinks.
Oh,
as
what
well.
about steak? I thought you had steak while you're here.
I did. So, okay, I should preface. The 2,900 was my most expensive, other than my expensive like I went and got a Wagyu, A5 Wagyu meal, and that was about 5,000 yen.
Okay.
Which converts to, I'm guessing, about 30 bucks.
So both of these expensive meals that you had, the Wagyu and the ramen, how would you rate them on a scale to 1 to 10? Like, would you eat them again? Were they very good?
I would probably give them a 9.5 out of 10 for both of the meals, mostly because it's so fast here. All the food that I've gotten has been very quick. It's always correct. So I've never had to send anything back or say, hey, this was wrong. And the taste is amazing, and there's usually things available that can enhance the taste, whether it's chili oil or whether there's certain types of seasonings at the actual dinner table to enhance your meal. So I'd say the meals have always been amazing. The only reason I don't give it a 10 is, for my flavor palette, I like things a little bit more spicy.
Yeah.
And
spice. Okay.
And it's a little hard to get things as spicy as I want. Even the spicy stuff isn't that hot.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess other cultures, maybe their spicy is more than here. Do you remember any of the names of those 2 expensive places that were 9 out of 10?
The one that I got the Wagyu, it was called like halal vegan steak and Wagyu, or something along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to pop it up on the screen. But all the small cheap things that you bought here, do you have street food at all?
Oh yeah, street food is amazing. You have to be careful though, because in high tourist spots, the street food will be way more expensive than anywhere else. For example, I got some candied strawberries.
Oh, I've heard of those. Yeah.
Very good. I found them in 2 different areas. One area, they were 300 yen for 3 of them, which I'd say is a pretty good price.
Okay.
And then another area, they were 700 yen for the same amount, 3 of them. And the second area was a very big tourist area. So they do, as nice as Japan is, you just got to be careful of the touristy trap areas. But the food is delicious. And then the exact same thing, it's cheaper here than it would be anywhere else. So I did knowingly give into the tourist prices.
Price, yeah.
For some street food, but you got
when in Rome.
Yeah,
that's what they say. So the last portion is transportation.
Yeah.
What does this consist of, and then how much did you spend?
So I did rent a car here while I was here. So I included the cost of getting my international driver's license back in America. A lot of train, taking the train, the rail system. There was a cost of about $100 per travel to take the Shinkansen, the high-speed rail from Tokyo to Osaka. In total, I spent about $430, maybe a little bit more than that.
Total. Okay.
Yeah, total. So that includes the train system is very inexpensive here.
Like the metro getting around the city of Tokyo and stuff.
Yes, and they have them in all the major cities. So I use the train, I use it here, the subway, whatever you want to call it. I use it here in Tokyo, I use it in Osaka, and I use it in Kyoto.
Local transit.
Local transit. About $100, as I said, for the Shinkansen, and that's to go from Tokyo to Osaka, and then another $100 to go from Osaka to Tokyo. And
those are like comfortable seating, probably way comfortable than being on a plane and whatnot.
Yeah, a lot more leg room, a lot more space. The overhead is free. You can even reserve for, if you have a larger luggage, you can reserve for that, and it's not an extra charge to have that area reserved.
Sounds nice, man. We need some bullet trains in America. They're not here yet. Supposedly they're coming, they're building, but we need them for sure.
That's the number one thing that I realized, because a drive from Tokyo to Osaka is 6 hours, as we had discussed off camera, and it only took 2 hours from the Shinkansen. If we could add that in America, oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, you can get work done on the train. You can take a nap on the train. You don't have to actively be driving and stressed in traffic or cramped in the plane. We need more trains.
Yes.
So we did a 2-week trip here to Japan. What's the total amount that you spent? I know you said you wanted to keep it around $3,000, but where were we?
Okay, let's do the math. So, okay, total for my trip to Japan, $4,450, all encompassing of stay, hotel, travel to get here, food, and shopping as well.
Okay, so what's that like? You said 4,000 what?
4,450.
So basically 1,400 more than you projected.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to save up that much money?
I had savings to begin with, but probably
that portion I know it probably
that portion, I would say 4 months.
4 months, okay.
Yeah, to be able to save up that much to go on this trip. Yeah.
And that traveling's a big blessing. Traveling's something that people aspire for. Do you think that 4 months of saving up this trip was well worth it?
100% worth it, and I'd say I'm definitely blessed to be able to spend that much. But if you want to have a good time in Japan, it doesn't have to be that much at all, is what I want to say. For someone that's looking to go to Japan and they want to know a little bit more, I'd say you could comfortably do it for half.
Okay, it's like 2,000 for one person.
For one person, yeah.
And obviously, if you come with someone else, you can split the hotel with something like that. So it's definitely the travel is definitely accessible, and it's really great that you're able to not only get the time off to be here for 2 weeks, but to basically spend whatever you wanted while you were here. Yeah. So, do you see yourself taking another one of these big trips? Maybe not 2 weeks, but like a week or a far trip anytime soon? Or what year do you think you'll take another trip like this?
So solo, I probably would only do 10 days the next time. I think right around day 10, 11 is when I start to get homesick. But I don't see myself taking a trip like this until next year.
To next year?
Yeah.
And do you have any places that you think you might want to go?
I really want to go to Europe, but I wouldn't mind coming back to Japan.
Coming back to Japan? Yeah. Spending the same, spending less?
I'd spend less. I'd spend less. Yeah, I wouldn't do. I only did the clothes thing because it was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to make a video for, because Japan's known so much for that. So I wouldn't spend nearly as much on clothes, and I'd probably be more conservative on gift shops and things like that as well.
So with you spending this much money on your trip, your life at home, how does it look? Are you going to be buying a house soon? Are you still on track for retirement? Is this dipping into your savings? Is that kind of a big hurt on you? What does things look like after this trip?
So I do still plan on buying a home within the next year.
Oh, okay.
That hasn't been affected by this trip. A chunk has been taken out of my savings, which, you know, they say you should have enough savings that will give you, I think, 6 months if you get laid off or anything like that. So I'm still good there.
Good.
I've always made sure that you have to, the hierarchy of needs, you got to make sure your needs on the bottom are good before you do the needs on the top. So while this wasn't expensive and I did splurge a little bit on this trip, my life at home is pretty simple. I don't spend much. I usually try to eat in most nights. I probably eat out twice a week.
Okay,
so
it's not $800, it's $400 a month.
Yeah. So while I'm at home, my spending will probably be very similar. I might try to be a little bit more frugal in some areas because I did spend so much out here. I'm not buying clothes at home anytime soon.
Yeah.
I probably won't go on a summer vacation, things like that. But it was all in the plans, and I made sure that my life at home wouldn't struggle much for this trip out here.
There we go. Sounds like a pretty responsible travel. He still has money in the bank to put down a down payment for a house. Still on track for retirement and living a simple life at home. We got to do one in a lifetime, or maybe more trips are coming in the future as we save up. But this has been the first episode of Auditing People's Travel. This is my friend Myles. Actually went to high school together. It's a blessing that I was here to be able to hear his story, his 2-week trip, and kind of dive into the numbers of what it does for your life. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out his channel. Let us know what you think of this format. We're in Tokyo. Who knows where we'll be next, but another episode will be coming. Anything else?
Thank you for letting me be on the first episode. Thank you for this. Make sure, as he said, follow his channel. Check me out as well if you're into gaming content. That's mostly what I do. But my content reflects my life, so whatever's going on in my life, you'll see a little bit of.
And you'll see exactly what he bought while he was here in Japan on his channel.
Exactly.
Peace.
Yeah. So I'll give you my channel. Bro, I don't know my channel name.
No, that's fine.
Off the top of my head, I don't know my channel name.
It's not. It's I'm laughing at myself because I'm because
I don't know my channel name off the top of my head, so I was like, I do have it. I don't know what it is right now.
I'm just laughing at myself trying to be an interviewer or an acting or something like that. I know the answer.
I don't know my channel name.